Hey. Oh, well, it's working. They should be getting it soon.
Go back when it's red.
Well, should be red.
If it's unless it had something to do from you getting it from YouTube and putting it on your phone, unless it had something to do.
Here we go. It's working now. Well, that sucks. Can I get some thumbs up if you can hear me? Anybody? You guys are doing the weather report. Anybody? Steve's vocals? No, huh? Nope.
Can't hear you now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
There we will.
Well, some of the what? We can hear you, Steve. Oh, yes. Well, that's me. Great.
Hey,
Okay, but you couldn't hear the music. You
I'll tell you what I want.
no, just please don't tell me what you want.
Okay.
Wow, wait a minute.
We hear ya.
Okay, you hear me, but you can't. But the music is what coming through distorted. I just
Fine.
vocals are for well, of course.
We can hear you, Steve.
Try this.
Ready? Okay, here we go.
Barely hear the music at all. Distorted. I don't understand.
You know what? I think we work on this tomorrow
Is that what you think?
and we come back and do
But you
the
can hear me.
Zebra show there.
Still not playing. Nope, can't hear.
So, you know what? The mission is scrapped.
Fuck.
Abort.
Okay, abort.
Abort.
I don't understand though. I mean, it just,
Your voice is perfect. Okay, so then we're gonna tell you some shit.
yeah, I'll tell you some shit. Being on that boat was one of the weirdest things I've ever done in my life.
Yes, we have not been on a cruise before.
Yeah, I
And
have,
this was a really, really big cruise ship. And they had what, like 60 different bands?
oh, the Outlaws and the Deep Purple and Roger
Roger
Daltrey and
Leonard Skinner.
Skinner, and I mean, like, it's just lots of bands.
Lots of bands.
I'm
And how
just
that
getting-
happened
is
Sunday morning, Super Bowl Sunday morning, because I had Steve and I, every Super Bowl, get our little snacks. And we have a Super Bowl party, because that way you get to watch the game.
Hmm.
Whereas if you go to a Super Bowl party, there's no way that you can watch the game because everybody's talking.
Yeah, they're talking.
So we get our snacks. And Randy calls up at 8 in the morning, Super Bowl Sunday, and says,
8 in the morning.
8 in the morning,
Who does that?
but we were awake. And said, hey man, guy called from the emergency room at 1 in the morning. Something's wrong with his eye and he can't play. And I was wondering if you would want to come and sit in for him. And Steve's like, sure, when?
I haven't been out in 3 years. I haven't gone out of the house in 3 years.
No, one zebra song.
Don't know any of the songs. Because you know what I was doing when they were opening for us.
For Lauderdale, and he said, I can drive over
Great,
there.
I'll come over and pick you up now.
Yeah, I'll be there in 2 hours. And I'm screaming, oh no, you won't. We're having our Super Bowl party tonight.
Yeah.
So he came the next day.
Well, he sent me the songs.
Yes.
So I had to go in the studio and sit in there all day
All day.
and all night.
And missed our Super Bowl party.
learning all the zebra songs so that we could play them
And then he picked you
and not
up.
play them for you.
Wait, then he picked you up and you listened to them all the way back to Fort
Oh,
Lauderdale and then
shit.
went straight to the damn
And
boat.
had to play that night.
Yeah, went straight to the freaking boat.
So I was actually the one who went to the Bahamas in my pajamas.
So on any off time, Randy and Felix were in Steve's, what do you call it? On the boat.
Barge. I don't know,
No, you're
my
on the boat.
stateroom.
Stateroom, teaching them the songs.
Angus said, did you have a porthole?
You had a balcony.
No, man. I had a balcony, yeah. We got to stay at night. They don't, do you have a porthole?
Steve said there was like a shopping center.
It was amazing. I tell you what, I've never, I don't care for, I grew up with boats and, I used to summer for those of you from Rhode Island.
None of them are here.
I know.
Chanel's the only
I
one.
used to, he'd be flipping out if he knew that it was a Stebra show.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm going to try it again for tomorrow night. I mean, I don't want you to not hear it, but, yeah, it's just, I get this, I don't get rattled by much, but I get rattled by this. It bothers me when stuff doesn't work right. That's why.
Yes,
That's why.
Gail, the videos played fine for us when we were playing them.
Yeah, we're hearing it fine. I mean, it sounds great to us,
Yeah,
but it doesn't sound, I don't understand why that is.
we're not gonna figure it out now,
Do you want me to try or
No.
should I just keep talking?
Steve. We aborted the mission. When the rocket doesn't go off or there is bad weather and they abort, they don't try again 10 minutes later. They wait
They
till
wait.
another day.
And you know how the people that are pissed off watching television at home when that happens?
She said, it's okay, Steve, no worries.
Well, I will tell you one thing. I mean, if you noticed,
I'm worried about jack shit. I'm not.
when were you ever? What were you ever worried about? There was only one thing I know that you were worried about, and I can't talk about that.
Where are we get my drugs? What was I worried about?
I can't say.
I'm curious now,
Are you? You want me to say? You don't.
really.
No, you don't. She's giving me dirty looks, and she really doesn't. Hang on a second.
What?
Never mind. Never mind, please. What?
No, Gail, we have not been swimming. Nope,
No, we haven't been swimming.
the pool in the summer is very hot.
Yeah, the pool sucks. I'm so sick of the pool, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that may sound jaded and all that, but I don't like the pool anymore. I can do without the pool.
And the ocean or the Gulf.
Don't want the ocean, don't want the
Oh.
Gulf,
Shark attacks and shit.
don't want no lion, don't want no, where'd I go now? Now I slipped out. I don't understand, and it's gotta be because it's Tuesday. See, that's the thing.
Okay, you two have to pull this car over one more time.
Pull it over one more time. I'll try. Hey,
No,
I'll
that
try.
doesn't mean do the show. Steve.
It doesn't mean do the
No,
show?
it means stop fighting.
All right. Am I still talking now? Can you hear me talking or have I stopped talking? Well,
I can hear you talking.
okay, wait a minute. Anybody?
Why have you?
Sound,
figured
no
out
sound? I
something
tried
different?
something. Yeah, I
Have you
tried
figured
something.
out
I
different
tried
about
something.
this?
I tried something. Yes. Okay, yes. Yes, I hear you. All right. Can you hear this? Can't hear the music. They can't hear.
It's fine, Kitty said. Kitty's in a really good mood tonight.
She must be.
You sound marvelous, Steve. Gail says no. Kitty says no audio.
No music. That's just too fucking weird. But there's no music, but you can still hear me. Oh, too much stuff, too many things. I don't know.
Too much talk.
And the funniest part about all this is Randy Jackson is the one who taught me how to set this up. So I don't know what you want to do
He
for.
says, don't waste your time on the video. She's not a zebra fan, so there's that.
Oh,
Lori
Okay.
said, try a different video. This is a different
no,
one, Lori.
I wish that's what it was. But you can hear the music. You can hear this. You can hear that. You can hear that music.
Now, thumbs up if you can hear that.
Yeah,
It
thumbs
takes
up.
Too long for us to read. It's like a delayed action. No thumbs up. I guess they couldn't hear that.
Well, they got a delay.
Nope. Gail said, tell us some jokes.
Some jokes. Okay, did you hear about the one about the drummer that tried to have his own show? I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just don't
Tell
know.
a joke.
Tell a joke. All right. I need a subject. You have to give me a subject because the jokes don't come to my mind if I don't have a subject.
It's like the funniest jokes over the years because we used to tell a joke on every show.
Well, they know the magician joke. I need a subject.
Subject. Okay, drummer.
What did the drummer get on his IQ test? Drool.
What was the funniest drummer joke though?
What's the difference between a sneeze and a drum solo?
That's right. Yes.
No, why are they similar?
Why is a
Drum
solo?
solo like a sneeze? Because you know it's coming and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, let's see.
Well, Gail said animals.
Animals.
The seal.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So, except you.
Did I give it away?
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit. The dolphin.
I'll tell the dolphin joke. Okay, there's a penguin driving down the highway, Pacific Coast Highway. All of a sudden, his car starts making a horrible noise. And he sees one exit and he gets off, and it's a small California town, and he sees an auto shop. Pulls in, car's barely making it. The mechanic comes out and he says, "Hey, having a little problem?" He said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Can you tell me what's going on?" So he says, the penguin, he says, "Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at it. He said, I can hear there's something wrong, but I really don't know what's wrong. So, if you want to give me half hour, 45 minutes, I'll tell you what's wrong." So he said, "There's an ice cream store right across the street. If you want to go and have yourself a cone or something, come back and I'll see if I can let you know what's wrong." So the penguin goes over and he orders an ice cream cone. But the problem is he's got flippers. So he drops it and it's all over him. And he's trying to clean it up and he's all frustrated and he's having a bad day. Car's fucked up, drops his ice cream cone.
Penguin.
Poor penguin. So he goes back to the shop and he says to the guy, he says, "You have any news for me?" And the guy says, "It looks like you blew a seal." And he goes, No, it's ice cream.
Yeah. Okay. Kitty said, tell us a good John joke. Now, I don't know if there's John jokes, there's John stories.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll tell you a good John joke. He was wearing a tuxedo. Okay. It's not actually a John joke. I told John this joke about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a good one.
This is actually a story. Now, by this time, those of you know who the tambourine servant is, right? Y'all saw that show?
They might not remember.
The tambourine butler. Well, anyway.
And the John Lynch was so bad.
Yeah, he was the tambourine butler. I tell John this joke. Oh God, can I remember it?
Yes.
I don't even remember how it's. My mind is so
do.
fried by all
Okay,
this.
this guy is singing or whatever in the island somewhere.
Oh, the
He's-
piano player.
Yes.
Oh, I'll tell him the piano player.
He's a piano
Okay,
player.
okay. Piano player's down in the islands and he's playing, and there's a record executive at the tiki bar, and he hears him playing the music, and he says, That's freaking amazing. He said, he goes over to the guy, says, is that an original song? He said, yeah, they're all original songs. That's all I play is original songs. And he says to the guy, wow. He says, what's the name of that first one? He said, that's called Fuck Me Up My Ass Till My Eyes Pop Out. And the promoter says, well, okay, what about the one that you were just playing? He said, oh, that's called Suck My Dick Till My Skull Caves In. And he says, listen, I'm going to take you back to New York. I'm going to get you a gig at Carnegie Hall. Just don't tell anybody what the name of these songs are, because that's a problem, right?
He does.
So he takes him to Carnegie Hall, big night, debut night. Guy's a little nervous, right? They tell him he's got 5 minutes. He says, I have to go to the bathroom. They said, all right, it's right down the hall. Just go out of the dressing room, right down the hall, and there's the bathroom. And as he's approaching the men's room, guy comes out of the men's room shocked, and he goes, do you know there's 2 guys in there sucking each other's dicks? And the guy says, no, I wrote it.
Yeah. Okay, so
I tell that joke to John. He laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs.
And he wanted to remember it.
And he wanted to remember it. So this is a year later.
And you're at John's house.
We're at John's house, and we're in the pub, and he's a little drunk, and he starts to tell us the joke.
Yeah, you and Godfrey. But you told it to him.
Right. So he tells us, he says, what's the name of that song? And he says, I want to back you up to my Buick and fuck you till the bumpers ring. And I'm like,
This is John's version of the joke.
So, I mean, we're laughing because you got to laugh. I mean, you have to laugh. Right? So like, oh, I never heard that before. So we go back to New York. And this was in the beginning of the whole AOL online experience back.
Right. Chat rooms.
Right, chat rooms. And the guitarist is in the chat rooms telling people, hey, I'm playing with John Entwistle, and I do this and that. And they go, oh my, wow, where do you live? I live in Queens, and no. And I tell them, man,
making serial number.
And I said, look, man, you really shouldn't be telling people that.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to do that, use a different screen name. Don't use your own name as a screen name. You go in there, you're going to have a problem.
I think he was looking to meet women.
I don't know what he was looking to do. And he goes, yeah, sure, Steve. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. So I said, okay.
Yeah, didn't he use his real name, Godfrey Cheese? What?
I wasn't going to say that, but now
you know what?
Yeah, I know what. So, so I said, you know what? Let's
Like a
make
fucking idiot.
Let's make up another screen name and see if we can find him online and fuck with his head.
Right. And so
Lori comes up with the Destiny 2000.
Right. Because I used to live in Destin, Florida.
Yeah,
so then we made it a girl's name. Destiny.
Made it a girl's name. All right, so there he is.
Yeah,
there we are, playing with the bass player in the Who and all the
Destiny.
So Destiny goes, oh my God, are you the guitar player in the Who? And he says, well, no, but I play with the bass player from the Who. And she goes, really? She's they start typing back and forth, just normal stuff. And then she says to him, do you like children? And he was like, I have children. And so she writes like, well, I have children too, and mine are asleep. And the butler says, mine don't live with me. So she says, oh, well, that's great. How about a little cyber sex?
True, too. We were.
And he said, well, I'm afraid I'm a cyber virgin.
Virgin, yeah.
Right? So she says, well, how about I pop your cyber cherry? And the butler says, okay, go ahead.
Yes.
And she writes, I want to back you up to my Buick and fuck you till the bumpers ring. And in capital letters, it says, oh, fuck you, Steve.
Meanwhile, he thinks, oh, he's gonna get his cyber cherry pop.
He got a cyber cherry pop. And I think I told you that story anyway.
You know what?
Let me think of some stories that I have not told. You know, and I'm on the spot here now. But and you see, it used to be at rat race gigs when Mark would blow something up or something would break, I would be the one doing the stand-up routine.
It sounds like Godfrey may have blown a seal.
Very good, Steve.
Brenda went.
Very good. No, it's ice cream. It's ice cream.
Ice cream, ice cream.
You know, and it figures just when.
Sure, that ruined the mood for him, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did too.
Oh, shit.
Um,
I guess that she never heard that before.
no,
Oh,
you must have missed
well,
that
there you
show.
go.
Oh, well, that's that, and that is
Sometimes.
that is bone true. I mean, we were still living in New York.
Show for 4 years.
Yeah, we've been doing it for
You
4
think
years.
you've
Did
told
I never
us
tell that
any
story?
stories?
What are the stories? Did you ever hear the one about, do you know the one about Buff? Have I told Buff? Have you
Yeah,
heard Buff?
Buff, yeah.
They know Buff?
I know you've told Buff.
Well, I know I told Buff too, but I don't know if they remember Buff.
Well, Kitty said she remembered that story about John. She's a kid, she's a John fan.
Well, so she would remember that.
And you know, they would have to be listening to the whole show too.
Well, have I told the little Mikey story about him and the light girl?
Yeah, you told
Yeah, that's the
whole
beginning of
thing.
Buff. Yeah, that's the
That
beginning
was
of
a
Buff.
whole.
Oh boy,
Sue says.
they don't recall Buff?
Okay.
Shit, I got 11 minutes. I'll have to tell you the condensed version. It's my second tour with John. John, we did the first tour in '87, and then he asked me to partner up with him and put a tour together for his band called The Rock. And so I did. I put it together, and it was, you know, there was none of my people. I didn't know any of the band members or any of that, and so.
Sound on.
Yeah, Bobby did sound on that one.
And for those.
And so I said, well, what am I going to do? I said, you know what? I got to have somebody out there. And I don't know why I didn't use any of my regular crew. I had this, it was a kid that worked with Laurie, and he had just turned 18. And I want to be a drummer. I want to be a rock star. I want to be this. I want to be that.
Give you lessons.
Well, yeah. Well, he wanted a lot of shit.
Yeah. He was, yeah.
So I said, Mikey, you want to be a rock star? I said, why don't you come out on the road? You know how to set my gear up. Come out on the road as my roadie. Oh, maybe I could tell him about the guy's shirt.
Oh, you're already in the Buff now.
All right, I'm in the Buff. Remind me about the shirt tomorrow.
Okay.
So I said, now Mikey's just turned 18. He's never been out of Yorktown in his life, right? Yorktown, New York.
Right.
And I don't even know if he's been to the city.
Well, no, I think we took him to China Club on our 5th wedding anniversary.
Okay, all right. So maybe he's been to the China. And our first gig is in.
And we took them to a Who show.
Yeah, okay, but
Giant Stadium.
okay, but he'd never been out of New York State.
Right.
And so he packs up for the tour. He's got a little bag with some clothes in it, and he has his camera bag, this red camera bag.
This is before cell phones.
Yeah, way before cell phones, 88. And he's taking pictures of everything. You know, he's going to document the experience, right? So first show that we do is in Philly. And what Mikey doesn't realize is that when the band is done, the band leaves. So now it's you.
Hang out at the club.
Yeah, it's you and the crew. It's you and the crew, and you guys take the stuff down and put it in the truck, and then you go to the hotel if you're staying at the same hotel that we are, which in this particular case, they happen to be. So we're staying at the Holiday Inn. No, not the Holiday Inn, the Hilton, I'm sorry. so the Hilton in Philly. And Mikey doesn't come back. Mikey's gone. And as it turns out, the light girl, Philadelphia, light girl, tattoos.
Tattoos and stuff. In 88.
She takes him to her room. She said, "Come on, do you want to have sex?" And then she throws him out.
Yeah.
So now Mikey's on the street. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's
Pillow
doing.
room he's talking about.
This is not a hotel room. This is girl lives at the club upstairs. Now she throws him out. The club is closed. He doesn't know where he is. He knows we're staying at the Holiday Inn, at the Hyatt, Hilton, whatever the fuck it is. One of those H hotels. Yeah. So I guess he flags down a cab and says, please take me to the Hilton. And the guy takes him to the Hilton and he gives him his last, says, how much? And the guy says, $20, gives him his last $20. He goes up to the room, goes up to what he thinks is my room number 222, whatever it was. And he knocks on the door and it's not my room.
It's some old guy.
And so I get a call to my room in the real Hilton from another Hilton, because a cab driver took him to the wrong Hilton.
There's more than one Hilton in Philly.
There's more than one. And so he said, I don't know what happened. I knocked on your door and this bald guy came and he was really mad because it's like 4:00 in the morning. Bald guy came to the door. He was really mad. He told me to get out of here. And so I said, all right, look, let me speak to the lady at the desk. So I said to the lady at the desk, please call him a cab. We're at the Hilton, whatever it is. I tell her where we are. I said, please put him in a cab and send him back here. Which she does, but Mikey doesn't have any money.
Because he gave his $20 to the other.
He gave his last $20 to the other cab driver.
And he hasn't gotten paid yet. This was her
right. He hasn't got his first gig, so he has no money. So all of a sudden, maybe a half hour later, I hear a knock on my door, and there's Mikey and this huge cab driver. Cab driver says, has Mikey's by the neck in one hand and Mikey's camera bag in the other hand, red camera bag. And he says, you know this kid? I said, yes, I do. He said, $20. Like everything in Philly's $20. Okay, no problem. I give the guy $20. I said, what happened? He tells me the story about the light girl. I'm never doing anything like that again. And so, and we're out, this is like months long tour. We're going to do all, I said, Mike, I'm going to take you so far away from home, you're going to puke. Well, he got to Philly before he puked. So we go all over though. We're doing every state. We didn't do Hawaii and Alaska, but we did every state in the continental US. Lori met us in California, and just to try to make Mikey's experience a little better, I rented a car, and so we all traveled together because he knew Lori and he knew me. We went to the beach. If you remember the Shamu story, that's the same tour with Shamu.
Yeah, then I left. I flew back to New York.
Lori flies back to New York because we're going to go to Canada.
Yeah.
And so we cross over into Canada, and we're about halfway through the country. And there's no drugs in Canada. There's really not much to do. And Mikey didn't do drugs anyway, but he was all, oh wow, Canada. And we're in Ottawa, I think it was, and beautiful, clean town. We have the day off. It's a sunny, beautiful day. And we're walking down the street together. I said, come on, we'll go explore the town, see what's around. And we find this store that's like a size of like a Pathmark giant supermarket, like, huge supermarket. Only it's a magazine store. And they have every magazine on every subject, in every language that you can, like French Vogue and Japanese car magazines and Korean cooking stuff. And it's all magazines. I mean, everything you can imagine. Sewing magazines from Scotland, just whatever it is, right?
You were looking at car magazines.
And I'm looking at car magazines. And Mikey's gone. Mikey finds the porn. So they have porn from all over the world right now. Let me tell you what.
Watch out for that German porn.
Well, he goes, Steve, look at this. And he brings over a copy of a magazine called Buff, B-U-F. And on the cover is like a 350-pound woman in lingerie.
And that's what the whole magazine was.
That's what the whole magazine was.
Large women.
Large women.
Because that's a thing, you know.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That some people are into.
So,
But the thing.
so Mike, you go, this is amazing. This is amazing. Now, the singer in the band, whose last name was Small.
And he was very
small,
and
5'2".
Yeah.
And there's an article in this magazine that says Bridget loves midgets. It's a black girl. And she said, I love midgets, have sex with midgets. They're crawling all over me like they're crawling on a chocolate cake. And I'm about ready to puke. But I said, you know what? I said, Mikey, you got to buy this. He said, what? I said, you got to buy this. He said, I'm not going to buy this. I said, Mikey, you're not even in your same country. It's not like they know who you are. It's part of your rock and roll initiation. You got to buy this magazine. So he buys it, and the lady looks at him like, yeah, so freaky. So he goes, well, what are we going to do with this? And I said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to, when we're staying at this Swiss hotel chain.
Yeah, everywhere in Canada.
Everywhere they made a deal, whoever the agent was made a deal that we would stay at this hotel chain and get a great price. And
it was called Swiss
And it was called Swiss Hotel. Swiss Hotel. And they had this thing where you filled out a little menu with what you wanted for breakfast. And when you went to bed, you hung the thing on your door like a do not disturb sign, only it's this menu. And then you tell them what time you want your breakfast delivered, and they would deliver your breakfast. So I said, well, Mikey, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for everybody to put their menu out.
That way you know they're asleep.
That way we know that they went to sleep. And we're going to tear a page out of the magazine and shove it under their door. So when the lady comes in the morning with breakfast, she's going to see these obese women in lingerie, and so we pretended that it was happening to us. We didn't do it to the tour manager because he was a prick, and we decided
that one person that didn't know what was right. Acting like
I didn't get anything like that. Yeah. And we're like, what the? And John's like, I can't eat my breakfast. So anyway, and I got to hurry up because we're almost out of time. Like that matters.
It's good old rock and roll initiation. Aren't you glad?
Yeah.
You already.
You were initiated. Yeah, you were. Yeah. So, so now it's time to come to.
Everybody's getting mad.
Everybody's getting mad. John's getting angry every day. I'm embarrassing. Who's doing this? And I'd love to know who's doing it. And so every day we're ripping like 6 pages out of this magazine and putting them under everybody's door, except for the tour manager. And so now it's time to come back into the States. We're in Toronto or whatever. We're going to come back in New York. And we get stopped by customs.
Oh, God.
And customs takes all of us except the bus driver, and they put us in this room with these horrible plastic chairs. Now, you got to realize, you don't bring any drugs from Canada into New York. You don't bring anything. The bus driver's named Carl Bird, and he owns his own bus. It's a private bus, and he's very proud of it. And he probably worked most of his life to be able to afford this thing from Roanoke, Virginia. And they have him separate from us. And Bobby Pridden is drunk. I'm whacked. John's whacked. We're all like, Bobby's, I call my barrister. They probably don't even know what that means, Bobby. So anyway, and everybody's just, and the sun's coming up, and we're starting to get, and the guy walks in with a 35 millimeter film vial, right?
Black film vial, yeah.
And he says, they line us up. They get us lined. They line us up. Somebody want to claim this vial? Threw everything out. I don't have anything now. And I'm on the road with a bunch of guys that I don't know.
Like that anyway.
I never kept pot. I did, but never that. Right? 35 millimeter film vial. You know, the one, it's either gray with a black top or black with a gray top. And so They line us up like a lineup. There's 8 of us or 10 of us, however many there were. Who's going to claim this vial? Whose vial is this?
John Entwistle in his boots and his
Right.
jacket, his spider.
And Bobby Pridden, the sound man for the Who, and the singer is from a band called Triad or something in Canada. So we have people from 3 different countries, all dressed like,
Yeah.
So, and everybody's looking at each other like, whose is that? Is that yours? It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine. And so, anyway, this goes on for hours. And now it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun's coming up. Nobody's drunk anymore. Nobody's stoned anymore. And everybody's pissed. And what they're doing with this vial is they're going into the office, and we can see them from where we're sitting, right? And they got a little thing, and they're like scraping like this, and they get a little plastic bag like this, and they dump some stuff in it.
Test
They
it.
start doing this, and then they call somebody up on a regular phone. And they can see him test it again, and they're just going this and that and the other thing. And
Right, and everybody knew that they didn't bring any.
I knew it wasn't. Everybody knew that it wasn't theirs because it wasn't anyway.
No.
Right? Where did he come up with this film?
Right.
So they said, all right, we're going to search your bus again. And if you don't tell us what it is, we're going to take your bus driver. Because what they found, where they found it was in the bathroom, which is considered common ground. It's not my bunk, it's not your bunk, it's not where so it's considered common ground. And since Carl owned the bus, they started pinning it on him.
This poor old guy.
That's why they said, and I mean, this guy's like cowboy boots and talks like that, and he's just the nice 60 some odd years old, been driving his whole life, and they have him separated from us because they found it in the bathroom. Anyway, long story short, too late. They come back in with the vial, and they said, we're going to ask you one more time. Who's going to claim this vial? Nobody claims it. And all of a sudden they look at Mikey and they see his camera bag and they put 2 and 2 together. Film vial, camera bag. And it's like the sun's coming up.
Well, wait, now you must remind the people what was in the camera bag.
Look,
What? Oh. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Now that she fucked it up for everybody.
I didn't fucking.
Yeah, you did. I got to give you your own show and come in and fuck it up for you. Anyway, they take Mikey in one hand, they take his camera bag in the other hand, and as they're walking him out of the room, he leans down to me and he goes, Bob. That's where he's been keeping the rest of the magazine. So now they're going to take Mikey, 18-year-old kid from the United States, into the office with a obese women's porn magazine with pages torn out. And I can't stand it anymore. I start crying. I'm laughing so hard, but I'm like this. I don't want anybody to see me laughing. And I am so bursting that there's tears running down my cheeks. John thinks I'm having a stroke. And he says, are you all right, mate? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. But you know those pictures everybody's been getting under their door? And he goes, yeah. I said, the rest of the magazine is in Mikey's camera bag. And so we just laughed our asses off. John started laughing. Both of us fell out of the seats onto the floor because we're just so fucked up. And it's just been such a long night. And so finally, they come back out with Mikey and the film vial. And they said, all right, anybody going to claim this film vial? And as they're doing it, they're walking with Carl, the bus driver, through where we are. And he goes, that's my black thing. And they said, what? And he said, man, that's my black thing. He said, that's what a measurement toilet chemical in. So what it was he obviously scoops the stuff out for toilet in the tour bus. Somebody gave him the vial. It's a perfect size. One of the band members from God knows how long ago. He said, I haven't seen that in forever. So whatever's in there, borax or whatever it is, had melted and recrystallized and melted. So that's what they're testing. They're testing fucking soap or whatever it is, and they can't get a positive on it. And he says, vial? I don't know about a vial, but that's my black thing. I've been looking for that thing forever. And that's so.
So then you got released.
Yeah, so then we got released, and they said, don't ever do that again. Well, what do we do? We did nothing.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah,
again.
don't come through here again. Don't ever, it's ridiculous. And so there you go. Buff. And look it up. Good,
Now,
really.
is this the Canadian side that did this or the New
No,
York?
it was New York. We were coming into New York. When you leave the States, it's Canadian customs
Oh,
that,
shit.
that messes with you. And when you come back into the States, it's the States that mess with
And I guess the tour manager was relieved because nobody was thinking he was the one putting the picture.
you anymore. So that's my story, kids. I'm really gonna try to figure this thing out for tomorrow. And
I'm glad that you told it.
yeah, but there you go. That's that's what you call BSUP.
Gail's stomach hurts from laughing.
Bullshit
so hard.
under pressure.
Well, Gail's stomach is hurting from laughing so hard.
And I can tell you that Mikey didn't even, I don't think ever played drums again, as far as I know. It was quite an experience for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you remind me next time about the roadie and his one shirt. If you remind me about the roadie and his one shirt.
And
No, don't do it again. Don't.
okay.
Don't.
Oh.
Just stay over there. And you got your own set of controls. Stay over there. Remind me about the roadie and his one shirt. And if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture. Tomorrow night, kids, it's going to be Stebra. I'm going to try it again. Well, that sucks. I guess I should sing for you, but I won't. See you tomorrow. I hear the music coming through my microphone, right? Now it fades out. This is the part where it fades out. And I'm fading out too. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. And see ya.